while the leader of this world stand by and look at us dying? How long are we gonna wait for flood to come and flood away our cities? I haven't seen snow in Denmark since 1996. That is a sign. Don't they see it? Where are they living? Which planet are they living in? Are they living on the same planet we all live in? What is wrong with our leaders? I came today to tell you about the farmers of my country, about farmers in Tanzania, about farmers pretty much everywhere in Africa that can't feed their family anymore because there's no food. You grow the food, there's no rain, you can't harvest the food.
Tell the leaders, we have the power, we will change, and we will be the change we want to see, and no one is going to stop us.
Dear brothers and sisters, I have an announcement from the police. When we organized this march, we were sure we would get 20,000. We had hoped for 60,000. And according to the police official figures, we are 100,000 here today. But we are not alone. We are joined today by 4,000 activities in virtually every country around the world to say to our leaders that nature does not negotiate and you should not play political poker with the future of our planet.
So I want you now, please, lift up your hands and arms like this, and then turn left or right or find the person next to you and give that person a big warm hug. We need that.
I'm tired of seeing no action. I want to leave and I want you to leave. I want the future generation to leave. I want the future generation to be able to dream and enjoy life as we do today. Therefore, today what I'm asking the leaders that will come this weekend and come together, I want a fair and a binding deal. Still, enough talk. I want action. I'm tired. I'm a citizen of the world. I pay my taxes wherever I live, and I deserve to live on an earth where I'm not afraid for my child not to have a future.
Hands in the air! Like you just don't care, but we do care! Yes! Keep jumping! Woo-hoo! All right now!
Time is running out. We are trade unions, NGOs, indigenous groups, social movements, women's groups, and so on. We are the largest ever unity that we have organized around the challenge to say to our governments, we want a real deal here in Copenhagen.
sich das Ziel gesetzt haben, den Klimawandel zu stoppen und dann zu sprechen.
Your involvement sends a clear message to all the governments around the world that we cannot wait anymore. Climate change is a fact. It's here, it's now, and we must do all we can to prevent further climate catastrophes by doing everything that's possible as individuals and as governments.
We need to respect that nature is a delicate orchestration. We need to recognize that the consequences of our consumer-driven lifestyles are often borne by guiltless parties.
Aren't you afraid for the future of your nieces, your daughters, and your sons? What is wrong with our leaders? How many of us are they going to sacrifice on the name of profits?
We are saying to the leaders of the rich world, do not betray your own citizens, do not betray democracy, because that's what the majority of the people in the world want. And we must appeal today to the leaders of the most wealthiest countries with this question. And the question is this: if you could have found not millions of dollars, not billions of dollars, but trillions of dollars to bail out the banks, the bankers, and the bonuses, surely you can find the money to bail out the planet and bail out the climate and bail out the poor.
A 1 degree increase in global temperatures will mean the loss of livelihood for 55 million Indians. You have 5.3 million in this country. So, as we all know, what we are saying is, yes, India and all developing countries want to use clean energy. Give us the technology and give us the money for adaptation. Nobody wants to use fossil fuels anymore.
What is the job of a politician? What is the job of a president? To make sure that the people of the country that put him there will hold him accountable. We gotta live safely in our country. We need security, we need jobs, we need health, and we need to feed ourselves without poisoning food. And today what do we have? Nothing at all. We can't eat paper bill money. Money will not save us from death. So when are we gonna wake up? You are tonight. And today, from now on, I want you to be the messenger for your country and for every citizen of the world. Every day you wake up, ask your leaders to change.
Climate change is taking lives already. And to our brothers and sisters from small island states and least developed countries, we want to say you are in the front line of the fight against climate change. You are the ones that are paying the first and the most brutal price in terms of the impact of climate change. But what our leaders need to recognize, that the gravity of climate change means that we are all living on islands. We are all island states. We are all at the victim of their inaction and their lack of urgency.
In the Western and rich country, everybody comes and blab about immigration, saying foreigners have to get out of the countries. Well, let me tell you, I got a news for you. If we don't change our attitude toward the planet, if this climate change is not a reality, you will see immigration within the country and from all over the world, and we all gonna seek and die together on the altar of the corporation benefits. I'm tired of seeing no action.
Let's not be scared of our future. Let's change our future. Let's change ourselves. Let us not wait for our leaders of this world to do the right thing. Let us start ourselves today, not out of fear, but out of hope.
We must send now a particular message to the most powerful leader in the negotiations, President Barack Obama. During his election campaign, he said, "Yes, we can." We must now say, all of them we know they can do it, but saying yes we can is not good enough. Let's send them a message with a full slogan, and follow me if you can. Yes we can, yes we must, yes we will. Yes we can, yes we must, yes we will. Yes we can, yes we must, yes we will. And what do we want to hear from our political leaders, from Barack Obama, as well as from the rest of the leaders when the negotiations ends on the 18th of December? Simply, we want them to step up and say, yes, we have delivered a fair, ambitious, and legally binding treaty to protect the future of our children and grandchildren.
In our government that we vote and put in place, and they can't take decision to protect us. We, civil society, we have the power, because when election time comes, they come to you and tell you promise to come true. Enough of promise. We want action, and we want action now. Action now! Action now! Action now! Action now! Thank you. God bless you all.
We are here showing that we are standing shoulder to shoulder, young and old, gay and straight, but most importantly, people from rich and poor countries are saying a simple message, that we either get this right as a united global family, acting together so that we can deliver to our children and grandchildren a safe and secure future, and if we get it wrong, we all go down together. So we have no choice right now to work for climate justice, to work for an urgent solution, and to ensure that our leaders deliver a real deal.
We will compel the corrupt governments to stop corrupting the world and contaminating the atmosphere for their partnership with corporations. Corporate rule has had its day. We told them in WTO, it's over. WTO hasn't got up after that. Let this be the time where you, marching to the COP15, tell the leaders, we have the power, we will change, and we will be the change we want to see, and no one is going to stop us.
Let us say to our leaders this final message. History has called upon you in December of 2009 in Copenhagen to act with the courage and urgency and a sense of justice. We want you to be able to go home before Christmas and look your children and your grandchildren in the eye and say, we were called upon to make some brave and courageous decisions. They must be able to look their children and the grandchildren in the eyes and say, and we did, and we secured your future, we worked for climate justice, and we can create a new and prosperous and sustainable and green world that we can all feel a sense of pride and that we know that we can address the future with confidence. Failure to do so will be the worst political crime. Failure to do so will be the worst political crime that they would have committed.
What does the bear want?
Many of our political leaders all seem to have the same medical condition. And that medical condition, sadly, is they all seem to have a problem with their hearing. Because they don't seem to hear us. So one more time. Yes, we can. Yes, we must. Yes, we will. Yes, we can. Yes, we must. Yes, we will. And as I conclude, let's say this. We have come here with a lot of hope. We have a week to go and we're going to struggle and make sure that they deliver what we need to. And we want to make sure that when history looks back on Copenhagen, it's seen as it's seen as a Hopenhagen. It should not be seen as a Floppenhagen or a Nopenhagen. And we should say to them that the power is within their grasp, They can do it. All that is missing is political will. We believe that decency that lies in their hearts can come out and they can deliver a fair, ambitious and legally binding treaty by the time they leave here on 18th of December. Muchas gracias, merci beaucoup, thank you very much. Let's enjoy this march to the convention center. Let's go and let's make sure that we stand together. Thank you.
Så råderummet ligger herude og svømmer, og her har vi starten fra 2005. Så hvis man vil nærme sig noget af det, som IPCC siger, som forskellige forskningsinstitutioner siger, så skulle vi faktisk være på sådan en kurs, og EU er nu på sådan en kurs her, med masser af kreditter inden, halvdelen inden. Det danske regering har foreslået, at man skulle øge kreditmængden, så vi ikke skal lave noget herhjemme. Det er enormt pinligt. Og hvis det går helt vildt til næste år her i København, og man får en aftale osv., så kunne man overveje de 30%. Men regeringen er også inde på at jamen, det skal ikke være 30% automatisk, fordi sådan står det egentlig i papirerne i starten. Nej, det skal være sådan, at vi kan lægge os et sted mellem 20 og 30%. Man gør simpelthen alt muligt for ikke at gøre noget. Hvordan kan EU sige, at en reduktion er på 20 eller 30? Hvordan kommer man frem til det? Altså noget af det, jeg kan se, er, at man snakker egentlig ikke 2, man snakker hele det interval, der hedder 2 til 2,4. Man lader altså målsætningen skride lidt. En stor del af indsatsen skal skubbes ud i fremtiden, og på papiret står der nu 60 til 80 i 2050, og det slås man jo også om det må stå der. Og det var det, jeg nævnte også, at vi snakker om globalt 85%, men EU snakker altså om 60-80%. Man har ikke tænkt sig at gå foran. Så gør man ikke så meget nu, men man håber på, at der skal ske noget senere. Og noget af det, man håber på, det er lige de ting, vi ikke bryder særlig meget om. Det er kulstoflagring, atomkraft og agrofuels. Og der er nogle kraftige industriinteresser i EU og alle landene i forhold til det. Og så er der det her med sandsynlighederne for at overskride de 450 ppm, at det accepterer man også. Meget høje sandsynligheder. Barnet kommer ikke helt frem til 10. klasse uden at være kørt ned. Cirka 450 ppm ekvivalent, det giver faktisk en risiko eller sandsynlighed for, at man overskrider på omkring 50%. Hvis vi vil længere ned, så skal vi stabilisere ved en lavere koncentration. Så skal vi ned til 400 for at få en 26% risiko for at overskride de 2 grader. Og hvis vi vil være det, man kan sige, rigtig sikre, det er de her kategorier, der står herude, der står very unlikely og medium likelihood. Altså, det er IPCC-sprog for sikkerheder. Hvis vi skal ned her og sige very unlikely, hvis det er meget usandsynligt, at vi overskrider, så skal vi helt herned fra 350 ekvivalent. Nu skal vi altså nærmest tilbage til før industrielt niveau. Klimapolitikken er ikke i tråd med det, der behøves for at tage sin del af opgaven med mindre end 2 grader. Klimapolitikken er ikke i tråd med det, der behøves for at tage sin del af opgaven med mindre end 2 grader. Der mangler en sammenhæng mellem de 2 grader og den her stabiliseringskoncentration, og som med høj sandsynlighed sikrer 2 graders målet. Alle de led i kæden skal simpelthen være på plads, før at vi ligesom har fat i den lange ende.